Hello, hello, and welcome to our weekly team call. I'm so glad you guys are here. Today's going to be fun because here we are, it's the day before Valentine's. And so I thought that it would be really great to focus in on just loving on people and customer care and just talking through just different ways that we can love and serve people. And in the process of doing that, um, from a business standpoint, sure, it'll help with retention, it'll help with attracting people. But also, I know for me personally, it kind of just helps me to have sort of a, I don't want to say a strategy, but just like some concrete things that I can be doing to to add value to these people that have entrusted me to help them in their journey. So that's what we're going to talk about today. And then our Work With Me Live will be right after this. And we're going to then take the time in Work With Me Live to sort of put this into play. So that'll be fun as well. Just a second. Diane's asking me for the Zoom. Oh, so, Holly, thank you. She's all over it. Okay, good. All right. So this was I had listened to a podcast a while back from Bob Heilig, and this was something that he had shared. I loved it so much, and I thought that it was just a little like a slight modification on our approach to customer care and customer service. And there's a couple of little nuggets, like sound bites in here that I really like. When I heard it, I'm like, I'm writing that down. So hopefully you guys will be impacted that way as well. So let's talk about retention. Let's talk about customer care. And I'm going to be looking at my notes quite a bit because I just want to make sure that I don't miss anything. So the goal, anytime you have a customer who decides to join you, they say that that's actually where the starting line begins. So a lot of times we think so much of the work was getting them to get to the point where they were ready to purchase. In reality, that's really like, that's like a different task. Once they join, that's where the real work begins. And I think oftentimes I've fallen into the, I don't know, what's the word I'm saying? Fallen into the, not pattern, whatever. At times, I have gotten a new customer and then just been like, whoo, check, done, and sort of left them to their own devices. And like the products will speak for themselves. When in reality, I've kind of left them hung out to dry and not really helped them with the journey. So the thing that the overarching theme of all of this today that I'm going to share is about how can we provide more value once they have already made the purchase. So it's value after the sale. And so when you think about value, it determines first if they'll buy, but then it actually more so determines if they're going to continue to buy from you. So if they stop buying, it's just because they didn't see value in what they had purchased. And it's not that there wasn't enough value in it. It's maybe that our strategy in demonstrating that value and really helping them to see the value of not only the products, but partnering with you, me, and choosing Plexus. So how can we deliver more value? And one of the ways that we can do that is really focusing in on our customer experience. So that goes beyond customer service. Customer service, we should all think of as just pretty much the baseline of what we're doing. It is the minimum effort would be customer service. We're thinking beyond that to creating a customer experience that's positive. And there's really two areas that we want to focus when we're creating that customer experience, okay? The first is the product, and I feel like that we're pretty good at that. And honestly, our products are great. So they taste good, they work well, they're easy. It's a super simple system. Like if say they choose Triplex, super simple. It's not this big hard meal plan. All in all, the products themselves, Plexus does a great job of that being a good experience for our customers. As their ambassador, we do need to help them take the products, right? We need to make sure that they're getting the products into their body, which that is a challenge. I've got two people right now that every time I follow up, they're like, I haven't even opened the package. And I'm like, what? Like, what are we doing? So I'm like, go right now, go open the bag and get your Slim and mix it into a bottle. So there is a part of our job in helping them to get the products into their body. But all in all, the customer experience, our products are great. The second part, so products is the first part. The second part is our process around this. So this is really where we have the greater opportunity to create value with that customer experience. So when you think about, you just had a brand new person who purchased, their products are arriving or about to arrive, or maybe they just did arrive. What are some of the things that you have as part of your process after the sale? What are things that you do to, I don't know, just help them to have a good customer experience? Just throw them out there.
Pivotal.
Okay, Pivotal. That's actually a fantastic example. I mean, it's got exercise, it's got recipes, it's got trainings, product information. It's wonderful. And to go a step further, and this is kind of an aside, if you have somebody who begins to share the business, like they're doing this for a business, Pivotal is a huge tool that you can partner with them on and provide a great experience for your business builders as well. But yes, Pivotal's great. So getting them plugged into, signed up with Pivotal. What else? What are some things you do? I'll tell you, so I send out a handwritten note after I have a new person sign, just a little thank you with a couple of samples of just products that they didn't purchase, like maybe Active, Hydrate, something like that, just to say, hey, thank you. I really appreciate it. And there's something about a handwritten note. It's just sort of, you don't get it much anymore, right? So I know that my grandparents and my parents would be appalled at the fact that a handwritten note actually now these days makes you stand out versus, we just get so much mail that's not handwritten. Any other ideas?
I try to make sure that they're on some Facebook pages, and I invite them again to the Thursday night call. If I see interest, I invite them to the Sunday night call.
Okay, good. So help them build their belief, not only in the products, but also in the income opportunity. So yeah, there's just, I think the point, like for me personally, up until maybe 3 or 4 months ago, 6 months ago, I didn't really even have a process in place of like what I do for these people after the sale. So here are some things I really want us to think about. So it's kind of nice, right? You might have a blank slate right now where you're thinking, I can do whatever I want to help people really have this great customer experience. So when you think about your process for customer experience, I want you to be thinking along the lines of the above and beyond the status quo, above and beyond basic customer service. What are those things that I could be doing? So people came to you to buy your product because they had a problem, right? They had a problem, and something about what you were sharing or a conversation you had or something demonstrated to them that you had a solution to their problem through the Plexus products. So once we kind of help them identify that problem, the Plexus products are just one of the things that we have to offer to help with that problem. So let's come up with, and honestly, you guys, they've trusted us enough to come to us and say, I have a problem. I see you have a solution. I want you to help me with this. I want you to help me in this journey. So we have a responsibility, honestly, to do everything that we can to help them be successful in whatever that, in overcoming or fixing whatever that problem is. So let's talk about an example. What is a common thing that people come to us, a common problem people come to us wanting a solution for? It's not a trick question.
Weight loss.
Weight loss. Okay, that's a great example. Weight loss, gut health, maybe some mystery. Yeah. Addie, woohoo. It's like when you're in Sunday school and they ask a question and you're like, the answer is Jesus. But then you're like, is that too obvious? You're like, Jesus. Just always say Jesus to answer the questions in Sunday school. It's always the answer. So weight loss. Now let's think about this. They came to us, they had a problem, they want to lose some weight. The products are going to help them to lose weight, right? So we know that. But that's the bare minimum of what we would want to help them with, is taking their products and having a good experience on their products. Now let's think about everything else. So I want you guys to think, let's just throw them out there. What are other things that are important to losing weight?
Water consumption.
Drinking your water. Yes. You can put them in the chat or talk out loud.
I would just say moving every day.
Yep. Exercise, activity, moving your body.
Consistency.
Consistency on that, and that's on everything. Consistently taking your products, consistently exercising, consistently making good food choices. I saw that Maria said like a food log, which is great. Just kind of seeing, what am I eating each day? What calories am I consuming? What about time blocking or like planning? Like a lot of times people say, I just don't have time to exercise, when in reality they do. But it's just like, how can you help someone with their schedule to help them maybe be more efficient with their time, or identify blocks of time that they could get activity in, or meal plan, or whatever it might be?
I think one of the big things that's helped my people lately is just having a timer set on their phone so they remember to take their products.
Yes, absolutely. So tips and tricks for success, essentially, right? On getting the products in. Accountability, that's huge for weight loss for people. And support, just having maybe almost like a couple of people that are doing it alongside you, that you've got that support and accountability. A lot of times people need the weight loss could come because they're also in need of like sort of that mental health boost of being around other people and having sort of their tribe, or their, like their people that they enjoy being around, all of that. So those are the types of things that are above and beyond the products, right? The products snuck in there here and there, but we don't sell a time blocking tool. We don't sell exercise programs or meal plans. There's a lot of meal plans that you have to purchase. Those aren't things that we buy. That we sell, that we're trying to get our new customer to buy from us. But if we can provide value in all of those areas, you guys, think of what that does for your new customer. They're like, just that feeling of like, wow, like Diane is going above and beyond. She is determined to make sure that I have success in losing this weight, to the point that she's giving me meal plan recommendations. She's asking me what movement that I got in today. She's holding me accountable. She sent me these, maybe you have somebody who likes to work out. Send them your favorite Lululemon dupes from Amazon, like the link. You don't have to send them the actual clothes, but like a link. Hey, I ran across this link of these dupes. I absolutely love them. Thought you might enjoy them. Just those little things that you're adding value outside of the obvious, which would be your Plexus products. So we We actually, because we are all sort of small business owners, this is an area of our business that we are at a huge advantage because we have that one-on-one personal relationship with our customers. We get to know them better than, like, if I were to buy something off the internet or even at the Walmart shelf, the the person who, or the company who made that product, they don't get the benefit of knowing me and knowing I like to exercise and knowing I have 4 kids and knowing that I'm struggling, I want to lose 5 to 10 pounds or whatever it might be. We get to know, like, we get to have that extra information that then arms us with knowledge to be able to identify different areas where we can add that value. So this is a sound bite that I love, and I would love for you guys to jot it down. There is a difference between customer service, which is kind of that basic bare minimum. So there's a difference between customer service and serving your customers. The serving your customers is that value add that's the above and beyond, that says, I am going to do everything in my power to help you meet your goal or help you overcome your problem that you came to me for, that you trusted me with. Yes, you're going to take these products. Yes, the products are going to be extremely effective for you, but it's just one piece of the puzzle. And so I'm going to help you do all of these other things to lose that weight that you're wanting to lose as well. So there's a difference between customer service and serving your customers. And we want to be known for serving, loving our customers. Let's see here. I want to make sure I've got my something too, is when you think about these value adds, always reach out with kind of a problem solving mentality. So for instance, I thought you could, just as you're brainstorming and thinking, when you reach out to them, you can say, hey, an example I have, and I'm kind of getting ahead of myself because I was going to use this in our Work With Me Live, but I have a girl who she has to be gluten-free, dairy-free. She's got like tremendous gut health issues. And then she also wants to lose 5 to 10 pounds. So she came to me for the weight loss, but as we get to talking, I'm hearing like her dietary restrictions are significant, really, really hard for her to kind of stay on top of. So of course, I'm hopeful that the triplex over time is really going to help to heal her gut and maybe make that less of a need for her. But in the meantime, there are these gluten-free crackers that I buy, and I don't need gluten-free. I don't buy them because they're gluten-free. I buy them because I love them. They're so yummy. Well, she had told me how hard of a time she's having finding tasty, snacks and like gluten-free options. So that would be an example of me being like, sending her a picture of that box and saying, I ran across these. They are amazing. Have you tried these? I get them at Costco, whatever. And so then she can be like, if she already buys them, the feel good feeling she got from that, it really isn't going to be all that different as if she didn't. She already buys, which she does already know about them, and she does already buy them. And she's like, yes, and I love them. And I'm like, I do too. I'm so glad that you already knew about them. Or the flip side of that, she might have been like, oh my gosh, no, I've never heard of those. I'll go try them now. Either way, she walked away from that interaction going, well, that was nice. And that's honestly not why I did it. I seriously saw him, loved him, and I was like, she needs another option for crackers. I bet she would love these. So we're coming at it from a place of like really trying to help her, but just the feeling that they get from that, of that extra solving a problem for her. She doesn't have a lot of options. I found one I like. Maybe this will help her. So just tell them, hey, I ran across this, or hey, something else I just thought of in line with what you have shared with me. I thought that this would be helpful. Genuine care and concern is where we're coming from. And so I want to challenge you guys to think differently about this, but then obviously train your teams in this way. Train them that customer service is the bare minimum. Yes, we'll help them if they have a problem with the website. Yes, we're going to make sure that they know how to take their products. But let's go beyond that to this process of customer experience that's really adding value and going above and beyond. Because when we do this, people will stay longer. They're going to probably buy more, which is good. Those are good things. It's good for them. It's also good for our business. So when you really think of retention, retention is the byproduct of adding value, of building relationships, and ultimately that builds trust. If you have a customer who trusts you and has a strong relationship with you, the chances of them continuing to purchase from you go up exponentially, either because they just want to, they want to support you, that they want to take the products because there's a personal relationship there and they're going to give them a chance to work. If they had a slight inkling they wanted to quit, you're going to be way more likely to learn of that and hear about it and be able to maybe troubleshoot and problem solve with them if they have your trust and you've built a relationship with them, and if you've been adding value for them over time. Another way I want to just highlight that we need to be adding value is making sure that they understand the benefits to being a VIP customer. And that's just something that you can kind of drip over time, just as you're having interactions with them, making sure of being like, hey, let's say they say, hey, I'm out of lean. Can you place an order for me or get me some coming? I'm going to be like, yes, absolutely. And normally at retail, that lean would have been, I'm making this up, I don't know exactly, $54. But because you're a VIP customer, your lean was only $46. Every single time you purchase lean, you're saving, whatever, $14 or $12, whatever. Just these little drips of like, because you're a VIP, did you know you get perks? Because every time your subscription processes, you've got 350 perks. Or we want to, if they're like, will you stop my subscription? Well, actually, let's just push it out a couple of months so you don't lose your perks. And then next time it runs, you'll be able to get a free product. Just like these little drips of value to being a VIP and value to having a subscription in place. That's something that we can do to help them to know what they have at their disposal. Pivotal is another great example of the value that is Pivotal and everything that's in it. Any comments? So those three things are, oh, yes. Oh, bye, Diane. Thank you for joining us. Bye. So retention is the byproduct of adding value, building a relationship, and building trust. And so when we think about going above and beyond and serving our customers versus just providing basic customer service, then we're able to do those things. Okay. And keep in mind that we have a competitive advantage in this realm because we are small business owners. And you guys know we have one of the greatest tools I think that we all have at our disposal to uncover all these little aspects of this customer that we have is our health assessment tool. That is that link that they can spend. It seriously takes 3 to 5 minutes for them to fill all that information in. And it's going to reveal all these things about their goals, about their accountability partners, about other health issues that they may be dealing with, that we can then partner with them and utilize those aspects of our knowledge of them to add value in the coming weeks and months after they've made the purchase. All right. Okay. So any questions, thoughts, comments? Was that like a slightly different way to look at customer service and providing value? So what I thought we would do is we're going to go ahead and move into Work With Me Live. Stay as long as you want. I hope you guys can stay the whole time. But what I want to do is I thought this would be kind of interesting is let's take what we just talked about and I want you to think of one person. This can be somebody who's a really like fairly new customer, and don't prejudge them, even if it's somebody who only bought 1 month and now they've quit or whatever, because we all have them. So think of one person, and I'll get you a piece of paper like this and put their name on the top. So my girl's name is Michelle. Okay. Or you can use a Word document or whatever, or your phone note. So what was Michelle's goal whenever she had a problem and she came to me and she said, I want to lose 5 to 10 pounds. This is my person. She said, I want to lose 5 to 10 pounds. But I also have like some major allergies. So I'm gluten intolerant, dairy. All my food, I have to make sure it's gluten and dairy free, or I'm like sick for days if it gets into my system. So those were a couple of things that I know about her. I know she likes to, so I got her goal was to lose weight and gut health, and then make a list of what I know about her. So I know that she's gluten free, dairy free. She exercises regularly. She does like boot camp kind of exercise. So she likes to exercise. That's not going to be something that's going to be hard for me to get her to do in my whole plan of trying to help her lose this weight. But it is a piece of information that could come in handy for me. Some other things I know about her is her husband. He also needs to lose weight. So he's actually on the products as well. And she has kids that are in sports. So these are just kind of some facts, information. Whoever your person is, just like take a little bit of time and brainstorm what you know about them, what you know about their current state, what it is that they, I don't know, just fun facts. And then, so just do that for now. So their name at the top, what their goal was when they came to you, what their problem, why they came to you, and then what you know about them, and just list some of those things out. If you get done with that person before our time's up, think of a second person and do the same thing. So I'm going to mute us for a few minutes so that you guys can do this. Okay. So hopefully you've got it, probably one or two people that you've kind of gone through that process with. Now, what I want you to do is take those things you know about them and what you know their goals were, and now jot down how you can add value. So, for instance, I know she has a gluten and dairy allergy. I found crackers. I love them. I pass them along to her. I know she already likes to exercise. I really do have some Lululemon dupe, Amazon short, what, breeches, tights, leggings that I love, 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 love. And I really do think that they're like buttery soft, just like Lulu. So maybe I'm just like, hey, I know you love to work out. I found these dupes, just thought I'd pass them along. Or her kids are in sports. We're getting into spring. It's going to be start getting warmer. If I hadn't already sent her a sample of Hydrate, and you want that link for my leggings, okay, I'll send that to you. It really is good. Hey, that's how this network marketing thing works, huh? Share something I love, and then people want to buy it. So send her a sample of Hydrate and Active, maybe separately. Like, you know, I know your kids are in spring sports, it's gonna be super hot. You need to like have them try this Hydrate. It's so much better than Gatorade, and then have conversations. Or Active, it's gonna get busy. I know you're gonna want extra energy. And then of course, Pivotal. I'm glad Diane brought that up. And that's absolutely with weight loss. I mean, there are just so many tools, but go beyond just having them sign up with Pivotal, dig into it with them, point things out about them. You know, send them one of the recipes and say, this is in your Pivotal, whatever. So now go and just, this part is how can you add value? All right. So now what I want you to do is reach out to him. with one of these things, just one. Don't get crazy. Hey, I found some gluten-free crackers and I got some leggings you might like. And do you want some active? No, like just one thing. Be like, I ran across this, made me think of you. Have you ever tried these crackers? And then make a note in your calendar to do it again in, say, a week or 10 days or 2 weeks or something, whatever you feel comfortable with. Just kind of regularly sort of add value beyond the obvious of Plexus. So right now, reach out. Just if you've got 2 people that you did this with, just do one thing per person. And then we'll move on to the next customer care, loving on our customer strategy. All right. I'd love to hear what you guys identified as value adds that are maybe different from some of the examples that I gave.
So for me, something that I've been trying to do with my new VIP, somebody brand new to Plexus, never tried it before, is check in with them every single day in the beginning. Just because then they know that, and it's not weird. I'm always like, hey, I had you on my mind. I thought I would reach out and just see how your first day went.
Mm-hmm.
And then that gives them a chance to tell me something they liked, didn't like, or what they struggled with, or what else I can then help them with. Because sometimes, when we're looking at their problems and all the things we think of, it may not be any of those things they're thinking of. So I feel like when I do that, I always get a little better insight. And then I can cater whatever the next conversation is the next day towards that. So give them another day to practice, to put it into their life, and then genuinely love on them again the next day and just be like, hey, I know you were having trouble with this. How did day 2 go after we talked about it, or something like that?
Perfect. How about you, Addie or Holly?
I don't know if you said this or not. Maybe you did. Oh, yes. You said something about a recipe off of Pivotal. I have a couple people that would really benefit from just having some protein balls made out of lean, or some quick, easy to grab snacks. So I have that for 2 people on my list. Send a recipe for, I don't have a recipe. I got to find one for lean.
Just go to Facebook and go to the search engine, the little magnifying glass, and type in Plexus and Lean, and then protein balls, like all together. And then a bunch of posts will pop up of other people. Or you could even just put Lean protein balls, something
Okay.
like that. You'll get all kinds of options.
And then I had
Makes sense.
another, oh, go ahead. Me go?
No, you go
Oh,
ahead,
I had
Addie.
another thought too. One of my people lives in a retirement community and they play golf, do a lot of drinking and a lot of eating out, and drinking socially. So I thought Hydrate would be a good sample to send to them, but also I didn't know if maybe I could send like some fun little cocktail with Active or something like
Yeah.
that. I mean, if they're going to be doing it, they're going to be doing it. So
Yeah.
I didn't know that would be
That'd be fun.
counterproductive.
Well, I mean, it's like, obviously you're not like, this is not the only way you drink Active. I think that would be fun, and maybe offer up a mocktail and a cocktail, give them a couple of options of how they could drink it. So if they wanted to, because even just with like club soda or that Ollie Pop stuff, have you guys had that? It's
No.
shockingly good, and it really looks like it's good for you. It's got prebiotics. I don't know. Anyway, I've been shocked. I'm like, this is actually really good. But
I've
there's
never
some good
heard of
little-
it.
Yeah, I just ran across it recently. There's like a cream soda, there's a root beer. It's more of like healthy pop, but there might be something that would be better, that would be more like just a flavor, like a sparkling water or something of a mocktail that you could make, where it doesn't add calories, but I don't know, makes it fun. I think that's a fun idea. Hey, I was totally thinking of you and how much you drink. So I thought you might enjoy this.
Oh, mine's not nearly as fun as that, Addie. I'm gonna have to come up with something better. But what I was thinking of is I have a gal that's part of Elks Club, like their social group, right? But when they get together socially, it's like 3 times a week, and they all bring in food, or there is food catered or something like that, but it's never really healthy options. And so something that I just messaged her was, hey, I was thinking about how you were talking about going to the Elks 3 times a week and how you feel like that's sabotaging your plexus effort over here. And I said, what about trying balance? Maybe that would be a great tool for you. You can still partake and be social and do all those things, but then, maybe cut some of those carbs out of it.
Or do they get to bring the food? Is it like a potluck kind of a thing? Oh,
It's
so
not
food
really
that-
like that. They have like a,
Okay.
it's provided somehow. And maybe there's a group of ladies that all do it, but this person of mine is not part of that.
So she doesn't get to bring, she's not bringing something.
No, but what's your idea? I would love to hear
Well, I
it.
was thinking if it was like a potluck, like she was bringing, well, then she could bring the healthy thing, whether it was the protein balls or a veggie tray, or just something that is a little bit that provides some health.
I like balance too, because I feel like they can still partake in some of the things that everyone else is eating. They don't have to eat their own separate foods.
Mhm.
And it's easy, right? It's not difficult. And you just toss it in your purse. And that's why I told her, I'm like, I literally carry this around with me everywhere I go, just in case.
Mhm. Yep.
But
That's
she
it.
just responded, and I think, she's open to that idea. She had not ever heard of something like that before, so we'll see.
Good. Yeah, good. All right. So now what I think we'll do is, okay, 2 things. Number 1 is I want you to make a list of 5 people that you will write a handwritten note to. This can be 5 people that they have been with you forever, and you're just like, man, I appreciate them. Man, I'm glad they've stuck with me this long, and they're probably coming to your mind right now. Just to let them know, hey, I just want to let you know I appreciate you for these reasons, and I've sure loved getting to know you through Plexus, or all these years that we've done Plexus together, or that you've purchased from me. I'm a small business and I appreciate your support. So just something like that. Just jot down the 5 people, and then just over the course of the next couple of days, grab some thank you cards or note cards and just let them know you appreciate them. And then the next thing I thought would be good is let's think ahead, because I noticed this sneaks up on me where I'm like, oh man, sure. Ooh, I should do a fun Valentine's customer care thing. And then I'm like, oh, it's tomorrow. I don't have time. So let's think about March. We've got St. Patrick's Day in March. Green, I think, is fun. So what are some ideas for something that you might be able to do a play on St. Patrick's Day that you could let either a handful of your customers know that you appreciate them, or you could add value in some way around the St. Patrick's Day? I have a couple of ideas, but I'm going to wait and see what you guys come up with.
What about just catchy words like, I'm lucky to have you be a part of this with me for 6 months, or I'm lucky to have you in my reset challenge group, things like that.
Yes, that was actually one of the ideas I had. Or you could even be like, luck has nothing to do with it. Luck has nothing to do with your success on Plexus. No, I'm just kidding. I think that's good though. That would be a fun thing to do, is just some luck theme. Other ideas?
A shamrock shake.
Yes, the shamrock shake. So I know there's a recipe out there for that. And then just letting people know about lean and all of the benefits of lean. And then you could print up something with the recipe on there. We used to have those lean samples, the little small individual lean samples, which were great because you could, even if you just had 5 people you wanted to send those out to with the recipe where they could try it. And greens is another thing that we have that you could, share, those, is it AG greens that you see all over Instagram? Like, who made those famous? I think some Instagram influencer must have decided that she wanted greens and started talking about it. And now it's like all the cool people are using those, when I know ours are better. Like, why aren't the cool people using the Plexus greens? We are, all 3 of us right here. But I just think that the idea of greens, because of those people, it's becoming so much more mainstream. So it's an opportunity for us to talk about what you can do with the greens, what the benefits are. Maybe do something around that as well. Also, thinking outside of St. Patrick's Day, so like spring break is in March. So maybe there's something around spring has sprung, or spring fever, or I don't know. Are there ways that we could maybe add some value with the fact that swimsuit season is just around the corner, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's just so much.
Erin, what about like spring's almost here? Are you ready to get active in your yard or something like that? And then send them a sample of active.
Yes. You could also do, you could also, if it was just a handful of people you chose, you could send them a tiny little succulent plant, or, something that's just kind of cute and sweet that has some catchy spring. I did that one time. I sent succulents were either of you the recipient of this? I think it was a customer care thing that I did. It was probably about 5 years ago, and my assistant did it. I didn't do it because because Rhonda Cassidy got one. So I don't know who my group was that I chose to send these to, but Rhonda Cassidy's succulent arrives, and it's literally a box of dirt. So apparently, sometime in the shipping process, it probably came open, and the succulent, and it was a cute little pot, like these little white pots with the succulent and this cute little printed card that talked about something about growing. I don't remember what it was, but somehow in the shipping process, the pot got booted out, and the succulent, and all she had left was dirt. I'm like, why would somebody do that? So it wasn't the best. Maybe it was my packaging. My execution was off. So I think it's just good to kind of think and plan ahead. And like right now is the time to be thinking about March and thinking about April. And if this is something that you want to do, and if you want to add value and go above and beyond, these are some ways that you can do that, that just really help people to feel valued. They feel that it builds that relationship, it builds that trust. And of course, it's not just for fun, like you're actually bringing value to them and helping them achieve whatever that goal was. So you could choose 5 people that you know weight loss is their goal, and then come up with something that's weight loss focused for March, but kind of cutesy and fun as well. So just challenge you guys. So there's our 2 kind of takeaways, like sort of homework, is handwritten notes, 5 of them. Just find 5 people, love on them. And then identify some ideas for March and April, and start putting some plans into place on how you're going to go about doing that. And then the third thing I would say is just to remind you, as we're attracting these new customers and they're coming to us for a solution to their problem, that we like go all in tackling that problem with them, and making it our mission to do everything within our power to help them be successful in solving that problem. Plexus Products, one piece of the puzzle, but then what are the other pieces of the puzzle that we can help with to help them to solve their problem and hit their goals? So that's all I have. Thank you guys for joining me. It's so good to see you, as always. Hopefully you're having good weather. Ours is starting to warm back up a little bit, and it's sunshiny. So I think I'm going to go for a walk, see how that goes. So, all right. You guys have a great afternoon. We'll see you later.